Happy Monday to you.
Good morning and happy Father's Day to all those daddies out there.
That's right, it was Father's Day yesterday. It was funny because I didn't get a happy Father's Day from my wife until later on in the day.
You're lucky I talked to you at all.
After you were reminded. Kira says, good morning, I'm here from Edmonton. Good for you. And Jeffrey says, good morning, happy Monday. It is a very good day today. Yesterday, we had a fantastic Father's Day. We went to Bill and April's. Who's your daddy? He's dead. Both of our fathers are dead. We're kind of like daddy orphans. That kind of sucks.
And you're not my daddy. I told you that.
But I keep telling you to say, who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Good morning. I'm here from Calgary. Thanks, Leslie. We appreciate that.
We're going to have to start it. Good morning. We're here from Bucerias.
Yes. So
morning, Sheila. Are you from Bucerias?
On Saturday, we got a new remote control. It's identical to the one we have for our big screen TV.
So we're hoping it works on the other TV.
It will. But this is identical. It was $30 from Amazon.
30 US, yeah.
In the States. And they shipped it here. I have no idea how much it would cost to buy.
I kind of regret buying it now because it's Prime. It might have been cheaper. We're not going to look. Because
Amazon is the one that shipped this.
Yeah, and
is it Prime weekend?
Yep.
No.
Yep.
When is Prime Day?
Today.
It's Amazon Prime Day. Go, shop, do things that are crazy. But understand, he's a jerk. I mean, all these billionaires that are kind of looking at us as little peons, they're all jerks.
We had no rain or maybe like a tiny bit of sprinkle. It deflected again like they always do. I have hair sticking straight up and it's bugging me.
Dolores is the multiple of the pains.
I'll be right back.
Pains. So it is the pains. Plural. It's the plural of pain. So it's the pains. So yeah, we were expecting this terrible thing. We told the kids, if you're scared, just come on over. Nothing. People are like, well, aren't you terrified? You know, we had one day where I think the weather concerned us. And we're sitting in the middle of our living room. It was a very fast storm. It was one of those storms that just comes and it creeps up on you. It was like a microburst, I believe is what they called it. Our windows are shaking, like going in and out. Kids are crying and like just sitting there terrified.
It was a long time ago.
And it was funny because the oceanfront condos, like the wind was so bad, it broke their windows and people were in the bathrooms holding the door because everything was getting sucked out of, these multi-floor condos. Yeah. That was terrifying. It lasted maybe 10 minutes. Yeah. It was like this instant hurricane. Very strange.
But I'm thankful that because of where we live, a lot of the tropical storms and the hurricanes just deflect off. This one actually, I think, went inland.
If you look where hurricanes come from traditionally, there's been one that came right towards us. That would be the 2002 one, I believe. But typically they come from the south, they go to the north. Well, what happens is we're surrounded by mountains. It bounces off, goes to Mazatlan, goes to Cabo. We're okay with that. Mm-hmm. Now here, by being surrounded by mountains, hurricanes and bad weather hate mountains because they have to go over them and that consumes a lot of energy and it really makes the storms weaker. So it's good. It looked like it went behind PV. Yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it didn't rain at all yesterday and we thought it would. I think it rained a little bit during the night would have been then Saturday night.
Yeah, but it was like nothing. Like guys, it was so whatever.
Which is so typical, really.
I remember when Patricia was here and people were like, it's going to be the worst one ever.
Well, we were up in the States, so we were trying to decide if we should come home.
Back. So what was funny was all these people that went to Guadalajara, that's where the storm was. So they all waited in traffic, in the rain and everything to go to this place where the hurricane
we had sun
was coming to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
So yeah, you learned something new about hurricanes. Yeah, hurricanes with the way the bay is shaped and the mountains that surround us, we're very protected.
In the last couple hundred years.
Good morning, Jolene. Where are you? I just saw your post. You are Heading home.
Oh, I see what you did there. I think their home would be in Texas.
No.
This is their second home.
Well, it's a home.
But they're not heading home.
Yeah, they are. They're heading to their home here.
Home is one of those words. Home and life.
Home is where your heart is. Right, Jolene?
Wow.
And we get to see you tomorrow?
Christy, I see has the light. Hang on here. This is how it goes, honey.
You know what? It literally made no difference. What you just did made absolutely no difference. I was watching. You guys tell him. Did it make a difference when he... Look, watch. Here. All it did was put a reflection on the stove. Literally no difference.
Okay.
So now it doesn't have to be in the middle of the
freaking
floor.
Because it shines on my face. And my face glows brighter. We got burnt on Saturday. Was it Saturday or Friday? What day did we go to the beach?
Friday.
Yeah. Nada. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it. But yeah, the sun it gets like 10 out of 10 for our UV index during the day when the clouds are not here. 10 out of 10. So even at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, you're still getting incredible burns.
They're about to hit the 200. And yes, Christy, home is where the heart is. You've got an incoming call.
No!
It's unknown.
Unknown.
But now you can't even call them back.
It's fine. I don't need to know who that is. Because if they're calling now, they don't deserve for me to answer.
There's a lot of new people that have been hitting our website that don't know we do this.
Oh my gosh. You should see our website on fire. MexicoLife.com. So in the last 48 hours, we've had 16 people register. That's crazy. Like, it's nuts. So I think it's going to be a very busy high season for us. Like,
I agree.
crazy
So if
busy.
anybody wants to come down and work some real estate.
But we have people already that are working.
Oh, so sorry. We don't need any more because we're going to just limit it to 3 men.
And us. So the thing is, though, we've done a lot. And I think we can handle any increase. So we just have other people that we can load stuff off of. Like, we have people coming this week that want 2 houses in Ixtapa. So, their budget may be $200,000 for 2 houses. And I'm kind of like, I'm not going to do this. It's just not worth it. So we have somebody.
Yes, it is worth it. Every deal is worth it.
To her, because she doesn't have to do that.
Really? What do you do that I don't do?
You know damn well.
Nada. Like Jeff said.
They left a message.
Nada.
So now it's not unknown. I now know who they are because they left a message.
I just want to hurt him.
And I want to hurt her. So I'm going to break her heart.
Good morning, Cheryl. What are you going to tell me?
I'm going to tell her I love another. It's true. Vanilla ice cream. I love more than you know. Sorry. But it's going to be.
Of course he'd pick vanilla. Couldn't pick something really cool and sexy. No, he picks vanilla.
You've broken me of all of that. So yeah, it is. But it has to be good ice cream.
Don't even talk to me.
What is the stuff that they sell at Costco? It's the
Haagen-Dazs.
Haagen-Dazs. Yeah, I like Haagen-Dazs because it's real ice cream. Most of the ice cream here in Mexico, first or second ingredient is vegetable oil. And it actually says, now made with vegetable oil. Like, that's a good thing.
Happy Monday, Jolene.
It's not happy for you. You're always bitchy. Look at you, just standing there.
I wonder why.
I know why.
Yeah, I mean, so does everybody.
Oh, well. Sorry.
Haagen-Dazs coffee.
My fave. Now, Haagen-Dazs coffee flavored ice cream or Haagen-Dazs in your coffee?
That would be good, too.
There's
a name for that.
Christy watched a show the other day. She made me. She's like, coffee and stuff. And this guy found out that coffee and stuff is just a bad idea. Because whenever you're adding coffee to it, first of all, how do they get coffee flavoring? He's going to do an episode on that. Yes, ice cream. But so they did Haagen-Dazs coffee in lager, coffee in gum. And he says, why would you...
Coffee and wine.
Why would you take, like wine? That's a good example. He says, you can hardly taste the coffee. He says, if you're going to do that, why would you not want to be in control of the coffee? So you control the coffee you like. put it with the things you like.
Jolene said we can't take you to Costco tomorrow because you've been a bad boy.
It's fine. I'm okay with that.
You're not. You like Costco.
No, you can just drop me off somewhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
you don't get it. You don't get it both ways.
Coffee float. I like that.
That actually probably would be really good.
So of the 8 items he tested, not a fan of any. But he did say the lager was good. He said you could taste the coffee. It was coffee forward because most of the other stuff was kind of coffee.
It was actually a Guinness.
A Guinness, that's right.
A Guinness that they did.
And he said, and it was funny, he said, it's illegal to get where he is. He says, I don't know how I got this. It's a mystery. But he says, but I'm going to try this. So yeah, and it is true though. If you like coffee and you like your coffee, why not add your coffee to other stuff? Don't allow somebody else to choose the coffee, the beans, the flavoring, whatever, because you just will be disappointed.
Well, and I will say, I am not a fan of coffee anything besides black
Either
coffee.
is he.
I don't like it in ice cream. I don't like it in candies or gum. Like it's too sweet and I don't like it because I drink my coffee very strong and very black.
Your dad liked the coffee candies.
My dad did like the coffee candies.
In
but
Mexico, they have a hard candy, which is very strong.
Don't forget, for the longest time, he had a bunch of cream and sugar in his coffee. It was only the last probably 5 years that he cut out cream in his coffee. And sugar? Did he do both? No, I think he still did sugar.
But the coffee candies actually are good. If you like coffee.
Dang it.
They're good. They have a peanut candy in Mexico. It's hard, and it's really a good candy.
That was
too.
His favorite.
Yeah, that's a good candy.
Candy.
It's a good candy, too. They have peanut bars in Mexico. The candies here are different, and it took us years to get used to it. They have a lot of tamarind in their candies.
And spice.
And spice, the chili. And at the beginning, it's like, oh, but then it's like, ooh.
Yeah, now we like it a little spicy.
Yep, it is good. It takes you years to create that new flavor. Apparently, it's like whiskey. Whiskey is one of those things that at first you don't like it, but then you do. Now, I don't know, is it the alcohol which numbs your taste buds?
I don't know. We've never really experimented much with coffee or whiskey.
I've had whiskey one time, like a week, 2 weeks ago, and just like a taste. And not really a fan.
I actually really didn't mind it with some soda water and
but
lemon.
But you said it reminded you of like a good añejo or
yeah,
something.
A good tequila.
Yeah. So, Jeff, yeah, we know you like whiskey. We know. We actually have a friend of ours also, he likes whiskey. Canadian Club, I think he said, was pretty good. And he was trying to explain the blends and stuff. And I've watched some whiskey videos. I have a whiskey helmet. I'll show you. Hang on.
Can't wait.
Keep talking.
I don't have anything to say. So, yeah.
This
here's his whiskey helmet. Is
a whiskey helmet to make whiskey in my still. So yeah, there you go. You can see that's our temperature. This is copper. So from here up and here down is stainless steel. The rest of this is copper.
Tip here.
The tip, yeah. The rest is copper, and it's flipping heavy.
I'm actually going to make a copper cleaner because John made the still dirty.
Yeah. Or just a mojito type drink. We're going to be doing rum next. Rum is going to be tough.
So if you look back, she's asking about a breakfast tequila like Bailey's and coffee. And then Donna, I have coffee tequila. So there are cream tequilas.
1942 is the cream
18.
tequila? I think it's 1942.
No, 1942 is the big tequila.
There's one that has an age on it. It's the age is the name. And it's like eggnog.
Cream, yeah, it's a cream tequila. So there are cream tequilas that you can do to put in coffee like you would Bailey's or put it on ice. Again, though, they're all kind of coffee flavored.
Yeah. So Leslie says, Donna, I have coffee tequila or just a mojito type drink.
There are so many different things that you can make with tequila that isn't a margarita. Really. I mean, tequila and I have a friend that likes tequila and Coke. To me, that just sounds like a lot. I've never tried it. You can do tequila and juice. You can do tequila and soda. You can do tequila and water. You can do just tequila on ice. You can do tequila with
shrimp, Cajun shrimp,
boiled
shrimp,
There's a
shrimp
lot.
gumbo.
I bought that last time, but I was there, but it wasn't creamy. Yummo. Yeah, so like a coffee tequila, they have again all kinds of flavors of tequila, but they do have cream tequilas. And they're actually agave, crema de agave.
Tequila paralyzers.
Yep, there's lots. There's lots and lots. You can substitute tequila for actually, you could probably, if you like the taste of tequila, you could probably almost substitute it in any drink.
So yesterday, Father's Day, happy Father's Day again. We went to Bill and April's. They had a party. It was Nico and Eva's birthday party.
And Father's Day.
So we went for that, and we brought the girls. Brought the girls, and the girls swam. Those things are so brilliant. What are those called?
I just call
they
them.
They have arms here and a thing here that floats, and then the strap in the back.
A type of life jacket. Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if they're on their stomach or their back; they're fantastic.
Yeah.
And they are amazing because you just don't worry about the kids. Now, it doesn't obviously teach them how to swim, which is better to teach them how to swim.
But it gives them the confidence to be in the water. For some kids, they need that first.
Oh, absolutely. So, so we had fun. We brought 2 liters of the vodka and just kind of opened it up because there was a lot of people there. And
there were a lot of people that wanted to taste it just because it was homemade. Lots of people have never had homemade booze before. I know I hadn't before we...
Yep. And right now, I think...
Good morning, Leanne.
We've probably got... There's about 10 liters.
That's
No, that's about 5 liters.
Oh, okay.
That's about 5, maybe more than 5
I think
liters.
it's more. But anyways, we got lots still that we have to water down and then put through the filter.
Yeah, we still haven't watered down
that filter.
Our original.
Is 20% off that one we bought and I broke.
Yeah. She may have had a little tequila and moved her arms.
I just walked past the shelf and it was right on the edge, which is dumb to put stuff right on the edge of a counter.
It is.
So it broke, but we have another picture that the filter actually fits on, so it actually works okay. It just isn't quite as pretty.
So lots going on here. What did we do Saturday?
I think we stayed home Saturday.
Oh, yeah, you wanted to stay home.
And we did some work in the house, cleaned up a little, because the house is just messy. John, you fed it to her.
What did I feed to her?
The vodka, which is why the pitcher got knocked over.
Fair. Oh, Donna, I feed Christie nothing. She's a willing participant. She doesn't get fed anything.
You feed it. She didn't say you force fed it. You just fed it to me.
Yeah, we'll come home and there'll be like bottles of whatever. And I'm like, where the heck did this come? I was with her. Didn't see her put it in there. Very strange.
What?
Just alcohol, different types of alcohol over the years. So, yeah, I'm feeding her nothing. She's feeding herself. And she's eating for 2.
Drinking for 2.
Drinking for 2. So yesterday, pastor at church asked me what Christie's favorite food was. In my head, I'm like, okay, there's really 2 I can think of. One's not a food, but so I said like filet mignon or coffee. Now, if Christie was given the choice of filet mignon for the rest of her life or coffee for the rest of her life, which would she give up? So I told him coffee is her favorite food.
He chose wisely.
And so then he says, is that true? And she's like, yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, but he asked me favorite color, where she was born, the hospital she was born in. I knew all the answers.
Well, you told him you knew where the hospital was.
Yeah, and he said, what was the name of the hospital? So I told him. And it is Mercy in Spanish, the name of the hospital, Misericordia, which is funny because I always thought Misericordia was like misery because Misericordia. But it's not. It's mercy. I love mercy. That. Because I figured, well, that's just like the Catholics to name a hospital Misery.
And that's where all my kids were born. And John was born at the Plumber. I know that now. He lectured me because I didn't know.
I did know which
It doesn't even
hospital.
exist anymore. It's a condo.
Well, they've tried to condoize it. I don't know if they did.
It's apartment then.
I don't know. So yes, Donna, she is a genie. But yes, I was born at the Plumber Hospital, but not Plumber. It's like a name, I guess. So yeah, it's the Plumber Hospital in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario.
I knew that.
When I was a kid, I
Right on the river.
I used to spend like a month of the
All
year in the
next to it.
hospital at different times because I had asthma. I still do. But I would watch across the river because it's in the Great Lakes and it's kind of in the canal, or not canal, locks. So the water goes up and down depending on where you are.
Which was kind of cool. We took videos of that when we were there a couple of years ago.
It is cool. And I used to watch the boats go up and down the river, and I would be just like looking out the window and wanting to be on the other side.
And I've been to the other side.
I wanted to be American. Most children want to be doctors, lawyers, superheroes, fire trucks.
And that's why he's a realtor.
I just wanted to be American. And then Bill Clinton happened. And I'm like, yeah, that's not going to end well. So, not American, but I kind of live in Mexico now.
Kind of?
Kind of.
I think you're full on.
When I was 12, and how all of this started, it took me years of living in Mexico to realize how this started. When I was 12 years old, we had this cold spell. So this would be 1982 winter, somewhere in there, where it was minus 40 for many days. Still had to deliver the newspapers. So the Edmonton Journal had a contest where 4 of the people would be given for new signups would be entered into a draw for a trip to Florida. And I didn't even know about this contest. So the manager, she says, hey, we got to talk, blah, blah, blah. Do you have somebody that can do your route? And I'm like, oh no, I'm being fired. I'm 12 years old and I'm worried that I'm getting fired because I probably should have been. But she says, no, because you're going to Florida. So yeah, I went to Florida by myself. There was 4 people, four children that went, or newspaper carriers, and 4 adults. And we were treated like royalty. I mean, we ate at the nicest restaurants. I had prime rib for the first time in my life at 12 years old.
Still likes prime rib, and he still likes warm weather.
So I remember getting off the plane. So we'd left cold Alberta. It was in minus 30s when we left. And when we landed and we get out the door, that humidity and that warmth. And I remember the thinking that when I'm a grown-up, I'm going to live in a place that's like this.
So he didn't
Years
actually
later-
become a grown-up,
No,
but
years,
he became an adult.
years later, I live in Mexico. So I call that a win, though. You
I like it.
Yeah. So we hadn't seen snow for 17 years until we were there last time.
Not last time, the time before.
Time before then, in September. But then it snowed the August long weekend the year before we moved to Mexico. I think it was the year like previous to that. It was
because we did finished up the season. Yeah. Yep.
Now you are Mexican. I'm not Mexican, but I feel like I am. I feel like I'm the only Mexican that doesn't speak Spanish. It's true.
There's more.
You think?
Yep.
But living in the States. I live in Mexico and don't speak Spanish. I think that's tougher to do.
Maybe.
The lady who owned the house, the last house we lived in, she's lived in the States maybe 30, 40 years, and she's maybe 10 years, 15 years older than I am. She doesn't speak any English. She's lived up there for way longer than I've lived here.
I think she's closer to 20 years, but whatever.
She doesn't speak the language. Boy, I'm telling you, it took a lot of pressure off of me.
Oh, excuse me. It shouldn't. It shouldn't take pressure off you.
But you're learning Spanish now.
I am.
And you're doing good.
I'm getting it, slowly but surely. It's starting to click a little bit.
So are there things like the other day, she said something to Taylor, and I corrected her, but I was wrong.
So yes, there are things that I thought I knew that I was wrong. There are things that I thought I knew that I was actually right. My biggest thing is verbs. So she actually showed me this book today that she said, if you can find it, get it. And I think I might have found it. I know I can order it online. It's like 700 and some pesos. But I'm going to see if the store, because there's a store that sells that. It's actually a what do they call the houses that are like a printing house or whatever?
Sure, publisher.
Publication house. It's actually a publication house that does this particular book.
And they have an office here?
They have a store here, yeah.
Wow.
And so if I can find it, Jolene, we're going to head over there to go get that book if they have it in stock.
Donna says conjunction of the verbs is the worst part. It's
it is
very
because so there are the irregular verbs, there's the diphthong verbs, there's the regular verbs.
What's a diphthong verb?
I know.
What
it's
is
where
that?
you take the O and you make it an O-U or a U-E, and then you take the I and you make it an I-E or E, and I make it it's just, yeah, it's that's too much for me. My brain is, when I was learning that, while reading it, not learning it, my brain was starting to swell, so I had to stop. So, but she speaks very highly of this book, and she doesn't recommend a lot of books because there's a lot of them that have Castellano Spanish in them, which is a big difference. You guys, it's a huge difference, Castellano Spanish to Mexican Spanish. So I'm starting to get the books that she recommends, and there are still, though, a couple of them that she recommended, there are still parts of it that I have to ignore because it's Castellano Spanish and not Mexican Spanish.
And it's really weird, the Castellano, because you have to lisp. And it's like España.
You don't have to lisp, but it makes it easier.
And apparently, don't know if this is true or not, don't check Snopes. Snopes is lying bastard website. But it apparently was the king of Spain who had a lisp. And with that lisp, everybody's like, hey, let's do like he does. It almost sounds kind of mythical, but maybe it's true. I don't know. And maybe mythical is mystical. In Castellano, it's mythical.
Anyways, all right, guys. I know we started a few minutes late, but it is 22.
What?
10:37.
What? All right, guys. We will be back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel, but I think we'll have it's an earlier bat tomorrow, I think. It's like back to 10. Because we were over 10 today.
We were just a few minutes late. Okay. Bye, guys.
Adios.
See you tomorrow.
Ciao.